Good morning, people. Welcome to my channel. Beginning today is the full moon in Gemini in Ardra, so it's a good day to begin a new set of analyses. And this study is about something called Astro-Vaastu. For all you people who do not know what Vastu is, it's sort of the Indian Vedic system of aligning spaces, directions, elements, and so on. Now, what we are trying to combine here and study, to begin with the basic principles, is the two great sciences of Vedic astrology and the science and study of spaces as per Vedic tradition, which has to do with how you align your living spaces, your offices, your places of worship, temples, this, that, and so on. Okay? So the alignment of spaces is a very deep science. It's called Vastu Shastra. You can do a deep research on your own. And so I bring you a whole set of analysis, a whole set of probably even case studies. And don't worry about the material part of it. I shall leave all my analysis files, the deep research files in Google Drive and share it later on, once I'm done with the whole series. Okay? Just follow me here step by step. I shall try to take it as slow and as deliberate as possible. Since we are studying the basic essential principles, you have to know these first before you start changing things in your house. Why? The reason is, if you start changing things according to the principle laid out in this study, it will change things in your life. So I want to be really going on a very cautious tone here, okay? Rather than jumping into quick conclusions. And there's so much of piecemeal information out there on YouTube and other platforms, people speaking on this subject, even astrologers dabbling with this subject without responsibility. Now, I'm somebody who's very big on responsibility. I've handled in my mainstream automation and control project worth billions of dollars. So I don't take responsibility lightly. Definitely not. So I shall go step by step here. Follow me step by step in the principles. And then we shall see where it will lead to and how much we can go further in it. So we are combining astrology, which is essentially the study of time. The Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, the Bible of Vedic astrology to begin with, given by sage Parashara, is the study of time, is the study of your time as movement of stars, as movement of nakshatras, as your lagna, different ascendants, 12 ascendants, and the planets and points and transits and so on, all the divisional charts, natal plus all the divisional. What is essentially all of this stuff? This is the study of time. Now we are trying to bridge it with Astro-Vaastu, Vastu Shastra, which is the study of spaces, the study of elements, the study of flow of energy in the spaces. Let's say your home. We'll go more into home. What is placed in your house? Which direction is it placed? Is it aligned with the elements? Is it aligned with the energies of that? And so on. So first of all, here's the chart. This is a blank chart of North Indian style. Yes, by now you are familiar with this. So in the blank chart, if I were to place a compass, where is the compass aligning? What are the directions associated in the natal houses? Follow me carefully here, because the chart was about time. Now I'm placing space upon it. When you place space upon it, it becomes direction oriented. So the directional orientation is as shown in the picture. So east is the direction of your ascendant. South is the direction of the 10th house, as you can see there. And then west is the directional alignment of your Libra or of your 7th house. And north is the direction of your home. This is the alignment. And I'll unravel step by step. Follow me here. Therefore, northeast becomes the 2nd and the 3rd house. Northwest becomes the 5th and the 6th house. Southwest becomes the ninth and the 8th house, and southeast becomes the 11th and the 12th house by this principle. So, what does this mean essentially? Let's go through it. This is the missing bridge between Vedic astrology, Jyotish, and Vastu Shastra. Astrology tells you where the planets are placed, how unraveling of karma takes place in your life through planetary placements, through the study of time. Vastu Shastra determines where that karma lands and how it plays out in your physical reality. This is why I'm going slowly. Because if you change things around in the house using these principles, I guarantee you things will change in your life. Because home is where you stay dominantly, where your energy field is open. So, physical reality, as in physical spaces, that means your home, your office, your workplaces, the land, the everyday environment where you stay. In simple terms, if your birth chart is the software, the house or your home is your hardware where it is playing out. So, Astro-Vaastu is the system that aligns both of them. Your chart and where you are living, your home should be aligned. We are trying to make an alignment here so that you have the least amount of troubles, least amount of health issues, least amount of blockages, and you are maximizing on your profitability, your wealth in terms of food, drink, harmony in the house. These kinds of things we all need. We are trying to do that. That's the end goal. Unlike traditional Vastu, which applies generic rules to everyone, like north facing house, for example, that's a generic rule of Vastu. Astro-Vaastu is deeply personalized. It reads your lagna, your planetary strengths, your afflictions, your karmic themes, and then maps them onto the directions, the elements, the rooms, the objects, the clutter patterns, the light and color and flow of energy inside your house where you're living. Because you're living there. Obviously, everything will affect you. For example, if Saturn is causing delays in your chart, Saturn isn't Saturnian things. Your west or southwest is blocked with junk, broken clocks, unused shoes, lots of shoes, the karakas of Saturn. We will study this step by step. Or heavy stagnation. You might be feeling blocks in your career. Whatever you're planning to start is not taking off. You are physically feeding that Saturnian delay every single day. This is just a random example. Astro-Vaastu as a science attempts to correct these factors in your living space, in your home. So we are bringing essentially Jyotish into your home, your chart as you are living, and then make some corrective factors. Fine tuning, you might say. At its core, Astro-Vaastu works on three fundamental principles: planets with directions, Sun as east, Moon as north, Mars as south, Rahu as southwest, and so on. Lots of directions, we shall see one by one. Planets to elements matching. This is very crucial because the elements have to be matched: the earth, air, fire, water, ether. There are so many elements we are composed of as human beings. These are all elements within us and also in the directional spaces of our house. We shall also study the psychology versus space, how your mind, emotions, habits, and karma imprint onto your surroundings and how your surroundings affect you. Look, Vedas and Vedic tradition is all about two-way flow of energy. It's not just your chart that is affecting your life, it's where you're living that affects you and you affect whatever is you're living in. It's always a two-way flow. There is no one-way traffic in Jyotish tradition. In any science, you take Vastu Shastra or you take Vedic astrology. We are trying to match these two. This is why Astro-Vaastu is not a superstition, it is applied consciousness design. When space is aligned and nervous system relaxes, your decision making improves, emotional volatility settles, and life starts to sort of even out, moving with less resistance. At least that's the best hope we can give ourselves, isn't it? So Astro-Vaastu is not about fixing something, it is about aligning deeper with your chart, removing where the malefics come in more, keeping that clean and corrective factors there, It is removing friction between your soul's blueprint and your lived reality spaces. When practiced correctly, Astro-Vaastu just doesn't bring comfort, it brings clarity, it brings momentum, it brings stability, spiritual alignment without too much of rituals. We're not going into the ritual factors here. We're just talking of living spaces, alignment, interior decoration, directions, elements, planets, and that kind of a thing. This is not blind belief. These are aligning two great sciences. These are very great sciences. All the ancient temples you see in India were built around Vastu. Even today, when a temple is built, it is built around Vastu. Homes and offices, that's another matter. A lot of things told by the scamsters, whom I call builders. There's a whole mafia in India. They just keep claiming everything is Vastu. They don't know the first thing about Vastu Shastra. Anyway, if astrology shows where your lessons are, the karmic imprints, Astro-Vaastu decides where those lessons arrive as suffering or as growth. And take care of these things. Therefore, I shall go slow on this subject and not keep hurrying up. I'll do it in various parts. I shall see you in the next part.